The Measure of a Man. The story of a father, a son, and a suit. There is a suit in the back of my closet. Over the years, dust has gathered on its shoulders. I own other, better suits, but I hold on to this one because, for me at least, it is special. The suit attracts and repels me. It came to me under the saddest of circumstances, and I've dared to wear it in public only once. I wore it to test myself, to see if it would fit, not only in its cut and dimensions, but to prove to myself I could bear the mantle and wear it without feeling like an imposter, a boy posing as a man. Most of the time I try to ignore it, and so years can go by without my touching it. But even so, I always know it's there. Once in a while, I feel compelled to run my hand along its lapels and think of the man who wore it. I see the line of his jaw, his broad torso, and its incipient roundness. I see the pores of his fleshy, bulbous nose. I remember the feel of his thick skin and the dryness of his hands. And I wonder if I look like him. This is my father's suit. Even without putting the jacket on, I can tell you it won't fit me. Although I have grown heavier and thicker over the years, the chest is too full, the shoulders are too wide. My father was always the bigger man, but the exaggerated proportions are as much a byproduct of dated taste as the measuring tape. The button placement is low and swaying, evidence of Giorgio Armani's early influence on menswear. It has been decades since it's been considered stylish to button jackets below the natural beltline. Think of the days of Miami Vice. Contemporary fashion dictates the crucial fastening point must be closer to the sternum, far above the belly button. The higher button stance creates the illusion of longer legs. In nearly every detail, the broad shoulders, the low notch on the wide lapel, the two heavy brass buttons hanging at a low testicular altitude. The suit is old, outmoded. Why does it matter? If it doesn't fit, why not throw the suit out and buy a new one? Standing between the hamper and the foot of the bed, with his jacket in my hands, I sink my face into the wool and breathe in his scent for the first time in years. I am 7 and enthralled by my father's suits. I visit them when he's at work. In my parents' bedroom, I grab the slatted folding closet doors and I fling them open. The suits are hanging in a perfect row, like Spartan hoplites. Flannels, pinstripes, gray double-breasteds, silk and mohair sports jackets with white buttons. 3-piece affairs thumping with the music of ABBA and Boney M. To me, these suits mean going out in the world, having adventures. They mean being a man, being formidable. They mean cigarettes and Johnny Walker Red, and knowing every maitre d' and floor manager in every high-end restaurant and lounge in downtown Montreal. The house is quiet. With my arms spread wide, I turn my cheek and lean into his jackets, and it feels like I'm falling into a dense but soft thicket. The suits push back in perfect unison. For a moment, I'm suspended in air, and then I slip to the closet floor, onto his dirty dress shirts, dragging a couple of the coats down with me. At the bottom, there is the smell of wool and him, the scent of cigarettes, sweat, and a faint hint of vanilla. Now here I am, more than 3 decades later, in my bedroom, still hanging on. I know I can't change my father or the things he did, but maybe with a seam ripper and a pair of scissors, I can alter this, his last suit. Yes, it may prove a disaster. I may screw up, and this part of him will disappear forever. But maybe that's exactly what I want. Or maybe, if I'm patient and unravel the threads with care, the suit will give up its story to me, my father's story. This then will be the launching point, from where I will roam across the surface of my father's suit and claim all that lies before me, making it my own. I will map its terrain: lapels, notches, side pockets, buttons, sleeves, side seams, vents. Those are the features. Some I will alter, others I will leave alone. And maybe like a construction crew trying to get a job done in Jerusalem, I will stumble upon the ruins of my father, and they will tell me something about our downfall, the tumult he brought upon himself, our family, and me. There were times in my life when I believed he was the greatest dad in the world. And there were other times I wished the scrape of the key against the lock late at night was only a bad dream. But it wasn't a dream. It was my father. It is 1978. I am 8 years old. We are living in St. Lambert, Quebec. The basement TV is on, a football game, most likely the Alouettes. Outside it is warm, but down here it is cool. My father is taking a nap on the couch. I work some space for myself and I curl up to him, listening to him inhale and exhale under the murmur of the play-by-play. He draws breath in deeply, but the pattern is ragged. He smokes 2 packs of Belmont Milds a day. I am afraid he won't wake up, that he will exhale one final time and nothing will follow. So I breathe for him. His breath breaks and I hold mine for what feels like 10 seconds and 1,000 years. Suddenly, he draws in. I synchronize our rhythms. I breathe, he breathes. In the tight knot of our limbs, his left arm under my head, the right pulling me in, one of my cold feet shoved between his legs for warmth. He embraces me even tighter until I fall asleep. Against this, how can a judgment be rendered? What measure can be taken?